He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy doing funny things. Oh! It's hard to bend over anymore. I'm glad I don't have to do it at work anymore. Hell, they have me bent over more times than I can imagine. My ears bleeding. I can't believe what pig mat cost. I mean, come on. I was at the auto parts store. They wanted like $4, I think, for one sheet. Like 12. My gosh. Oh. I grabbed a little stack of it before I left work. I used it. My yard horse wouldn't shut off. All the other ones shut off after idling for 10 minutes, and I would put the pig mat up, let the radiator suck it up against the radiator, and keep that cold air from running through the radiator, and keep that yard horse nice and toasty on them cold winter nights. What you're looking at is a result of tachometer that I've added to the machine. Now, somewhere on here it says direct. Okay, right here. So direct, anytime the number 2 or the letter B is involved, so anytime the number 2 is involved, we are shifting this one, A. We call this A, and this is 1. Where's it at? Okay, oh, over here. So we'll call this A and call this 1. So anytime you have, like here for instance, A2 is A2, for the next 2 rounds, this one is not going to move. So we're going to go A2, I'm sorry, we're going to go 2A and 2C. So this stays at 2, and we're going to do A and C. So A gives us 440 RPMs, C gives us 800 RPMs. So that would look like this. Well, it's already there. Well, maybe we should make this real clear. We're going to call this A. And we're going to call this 1. So everything here, A is this lever, and everything in the numbers is over here. So with the headstock set in direct mode, in this first case 2 is our root position. So this is in 1, 2, 3, this is in 2. I call it neutral. So with this in neutral, I can now shift A. So 2A is 490 RPMs. 2C is 800 RPMs. Now let's come over here. Now we have B as our root, or our neutral. So B1 is 314 RPMs, and B3 is 190 RPMs. So I think you follow that. Now we're going to engage the back gear. You can't see it. Fred, tell them what's there. Go ahead. Okay, I'll tell you for Fred. Fred's tongue-tied. That's where the vice grips are at. I'm going to put like a machinist clamp on there or something. Okay, with that back gear engaged, B3, which is B is going to be the common one for these next two. So this is B, it's in neutral, and 1, okay, let's do it. At 3 is 136 RPMs. At 1 it is 236 RPMs. Now let's switch to this one. Let's put this one in neutral, or 2, and then we switch this one to A, and we get 358 RPMs, and then we switch it to C, we get 580 RPMs. Okay, now when we go to back gear still, only this time we're going to engage the back gear chuck lever. That's what I'm calling it. At first I thought that was just a lock to, I thought it was just a lock for changing the chuck out. Okay, in that situation we are 69, 113, 44, 271. Okay, so we will, and that is in this position, yeah, here. So we want to put this back up here. Okay, what other information is there? Our high RPM says 800. Our low is 44. Now, if and when we change this lever, A, B, and C, let's call it, it does affect these. But not enough that it's really worth writing it down. Okay, these are the top two, really the only ones that I'm concerned with, unless I find some reason to use this. I won't be using it. Now if I need that to make multiple start threads, then I'll be all over that knob. So these are the real results of my gear positions and speeds. Now I didn't touch the feed or the screw. I don't think that's going to have any effect on any of this. Let me show you the tachometer setup. So we have my project box, and I have that hooked up to, this is all new technology for me when I did this. This box, apparently this is called a wall wart. And this was connected to my television. So my television ran on maybe 24 volts. Where is it? $12 volts, I guess. So that's the wall wart. And I was dumbfounded that my television operated on 12 volts. Apparently there's a rectifiers or something in there that... Okay, so much for my ignorance. So the power goes into the wall wart, which is plugged into the lathe. And then this wire comes down to this plate where I have that sensor and the magnet. This was all set up on the mini lathe. Now this is a piece of metal that came on the K.O. Lee tool cutter grinder. You know, it was just in there, and I didn't know where it went. It looks like it was a door of some kind. It used to be flat. And now it's a little curved. This, if you remember, is a little brass knob that I made. I made another one in copper. And I said, yeah, that'll be a project one day. So I'm looking for a 5/16 18 screw that's long enough to go in here, and then with a washer hold this plate in. Well, it turns out that this brass piece, I didn't even thread it. I didn't even put a die on it. I stuck it in there and started twisting it, and it tapped itself. And it's in there. If I pull that out, there'll be 2 or 3 threads engraved into that. Amazing. And shit, that's magical. It's magical. And shit like that happens in my life all the time. I live a magical life. Okay, so we're going to fire this thing up just to see the little red light come on, I think. And we can watch the numbers up here move around. So let's go over here. I'm feeling a little, yeah, feeling a little flighty maybe. Okay, I don't know if anybody told you yet, but this is a 2-speed motor. It has fast and slow. Fast, slow. And then it has off. You can't turn it off from the slow position. If you go fast and go to slow, you gotta go back to fast before you can turn it off. So let's just turn it on fast. You know, it sounds great. And I figured out a great way to get all the paint off this shit, besides initially using a razor blade, is to engage this feed and get a little emery cloth and just polish that baby down. Okay, we were going speeds and feeds and stuff. Now something has happened since I started messing with the lathe. Okay, now this was my oh my god, holy shit bar, right? If something happened, you hit that baby and everything stopped. Well now, not so much. I gotta really lay on it. I gotta really lay on it to get it to stop. And I think this might be an adjustment. Actually, all that changed when I started changing the oil and took the cover off. but the only thing in the cover, nothing could have gone wrong there, because the only thing in there that was the vice grip forks that went around the shaft, and that could only go one way. Now the oil level may have something to do with it, and if that's the case, we just have to adjust it. And we should be able to adjust this where it's not always banging on the thing. I got this on like narrow view, so I'm doing a poor job probably. We're gonna watch the numbers here, aren't we? Let me put you in the holder. I managed to fix my camera mount with a little super glue. I should probably, you know what, I'm going to turn this off, switch to wider view, give you something else to look at. Okay, I had my back gear chuck lever in the wrong position, so now we are in A2. Should give us 490 RPMs. Okay, now I'm going to shut this off using this lever. Okay, so there it is. And there's another further push. So now we're going to go to 2C. Which is here. And now we should be 800 RPMs. We got pretty close to there. Let's try a really slow combination here. Let's just do 190. So we're going to go. This is going to be like a neutral, and this one is going to go to 3. And we should be 190 RPMs here. Well, at least it's consistent. Now I'm going to activate this. Let me back this up so you can see the whole picture. Let's see, there's still movement. Now I'm going to hit this a little harder. Yeah, I still don't have it. Well, normally I can stop it in any other gear as I can. Let's try this again. So this is A2, which is 490. There's an easy pullback. Now I'm going to give it a little bit more. Well, we haven't loosed an adjustment here already. Okay, let me just slip this out of gear. Okay, I need to work on adjusting this lever, and Brian seems to think I can adjust this one too. I think if I can't move that, I might be able to twist the shaft and change its position. I'll need to think more about that. Okay. show off my little chart again. So proud. Did I explain engaged? Yeah, I did. That's where we put this up here. Maybe YouTube will make this my thumbnail. I already showed you my little mount thing and all that. I guess we're done with this one. Thanks, guys. I had fun. I hope you did too. Well, you know what? I didn't get to turn on my light. Do I dare try it? I had it at the car wash today. I wouldn't doubt it didn't work. The light bulb was probably... I mean, I was blowing water at this thing. You know, at high speeds. It's a little damp. Yeah, it's damp. It's damp. We'll let that dry a little longer. How's that sound? I actually thought I felt a little tingle when I started doing that. I really may have. What am I doing? We're signing off. Signing off for the day at 1:30 a.m. Early for me. Oh, yeah, I have a couple things I need to show you though. And it's not me drinking either. So, stand by. So Sticker Mule is where I have my stickers made. Usually I'll get a deal, 80% off for 50 stickers. So I got my white ones that say Kimberzelik at iCloud, and I have the most favored black student machinist. And well, once a month they have a sale, every other month, whatever. And it's, usually, I've never spent more than $30. This last purchase was just $19. And based on design my daughter-in-law came up with, we got the Kimberzelik shirt. So I can't see it like you can, but yeah. There it is. One shirt, 19 bucks. Yeah, what the hell. Okay. Sticker Mule. Yeah, if you just sign up to get their, their sales, their sale information, it might be fun to submit something. They're back with you within 4 hours with a proof to approve or not approve, and 3 or 4 days your stuff is in there. And I really like this tape. All the mail I send out to YouTubers, I'll have that tape on the box at some point. Okay. Like and subscribe, tell a buddy, bring a friend. Let's go out with this, YouTube. There's your thumbnail, man. I'm doing all the work for you. I wonder if that artificial intelligence thing is really listening. Thumbnail. Let's check that out. The first full cut across that surface. I'm running at 314 RPMs. This is supposed to be 100 thousandths on the compound. I need to figure out how to lock the carriage. Looking pretty good so far. I want to grab that piece of metal spinning around in there bad. I believe it's attached. It's just deburr it. There we go. There we go. Here we are at the end of the cut. I'm going to turn the clutch handle now. Almost now. Carriage back. Nice finish. Now my next cuts I am going to start concentrating on my duplicating this. I'm not going to do that tonight. I have a, and this is probably a sign that my tool holder is too big. Let me turn this stuff off. Now I have to crank my compound back all the way to where it's almost sticking. So what I'm going to need to do is that should be fine. Now I can come all the way to the outside and I'm not. Problem is I was backed out. The way I had it before, I had this thing. You seeing this? I had to bring this back to the point to where it was getting, you know, tight. So now I'm a ½ inch away from that. So I need to tighten this back down. And that is a 1 1/8 inch nut. So that should be fine. Now I was advancing those times with my compound dial as opposed to my carriage as opposed to advancing the tool with this. Now, maybe I'm not supposed to use this because there's no dial on here to give me precise, to measure my progress. So, do I turn my compound all the way at 90 degrees? I did that. Might as well. Okay, in this position, I can now see, this is all new to me because I didn't even have a compound on the mini lathe. But I have noticed, especially when I'm watching Craig Tate machine, he's always using his compound to feed in. So, okay, I can come all the way down without locking everything up. So that feels good. I need to get that tool squared up. Sometimes the human eye can do that shit. Okay, is that how I'm supposed to do it? Now, I just need to figure out how to lock the carriage. Okay. Now, there is a thing missing here. A rod that goes in here that has some kind of calibrations on it. But it has nothing to do with locking the compound. Now, can I engage the half nut? And that certainly locks the compound. And I got all the travel I need here. And as long as I'm not feeding the lead screw, I shouldn't be going anywhere. Let's try just a little bitty cut and see. See, I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me. I generally stop the travel with the clutch, and this time I did not. Okay, I have no idea what I did there. Haven't been doing this that long, but I've been turning the cross feed off by turning the clutch flower knob. And I think the last time I watched the video, I think I just shut the machine down, which resulted in my clutch being very tight, and I cannot spin it free. So I'm going to let it sit overnight, review this video, and find out what I actually did. But the only thing I can think is I got to the end of my cut, and instead of loosening up the clutch, I just shut the machine down. And as a result of that, the clutch is very tight. So, if anybody has any input on that, I appreciate it. Hopefully y'all have that problem resolved before anybody gets a chance to type anything. Thanks again, guys. Like and subscribe. Tell a buddy, bring a friend.